live right now. We are in Sarasota, Florida. We're checking in on syntropic system. Put it up on our YouTube. If you check out our YouTube, you can see exactly that install that we put in. We're called Bring Back Eden. Look us up on YouTube. But we are down in Sarasota, Florida, and we are growing food. We have a syntropic system right here. We have a food forest wrapper on the front of the house and another syntropic system on the other side. My name is Matthew Nadeau. We are, everybody's popping in, nice. My name is Matthew Nadeau. I'm the founder of Bring Back Eden, where we build out edible landscapes all over Florida and beyond. This is one of the first lives that we've done in a long time, but I had to come out here. This thing is just absolutely ripping. So backstory on this right here, we came in September. Homeowner called us, was like, hey, I want to grow food, or grew already. Somebody put it in, got flooded out, things died, didn't work out. I'm like, all right, let's take a look. We realized it wasn't enough mulch, irrigation was kind of off, a lot of flooding, things weren't raised up, and then a lot of the plants they put in just weren't going to thrive here. So what we did is we came up with a design. We decided to go with a syntropic system, did a design for the whole house, and we put this part in December. Now, 30 days, literally after we put this in, the freeze came. We thought we lost a lot of things, but as you can see, everything has come back. I'm going to swap this view for you here. All these have come back. So what we have is a syntropic system. There was nothing here before. Water pools right here. You can see where water pools. It goes down this area. It's a little muddy over here. It really floods out hard. As you can see, we mounded these up about a foot at least. Like, we got these up pretty high because water pools here. And then there's a banana pit right here full of bananas and lemongrass and sweet potatoes and papayas and sugarcane, all the good stuff. So we utilize how does the land work? It slopes. All goes in here, but this is the good stuff because they don't want to see their neighbors. They want a privacy hedge. The wind comes in. We wanted a windbreak. We built almost like a mirror one to this on the south side to serve the same purposes. But in here, we're growing food. So people are like, I am not a farmer. I want to grow food. I want sovereignty. There's these wars. There's these famines. There's supply chains, blah, 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 blah. This is the solution right here. You grow food. And not only that, but you know it's organic. You know that it's regenerative. You know that the soil was good. So we really focus on building up the soil. So if we get down in here, we heavy mulch, because this will break down into good organic, like a foundation and soil for it. But you look in here, ton of great, beautiful black soil compared to the standard Florida, which you can't even get in here, and it's just sand and it's gross and it's not productive. So the idea here is you build up the soil, you build up the minerals in the soil, which means all of your fruit is going to have a reflection of what's in the soil. So you're going to have the vitamins, you're going to have the minerals. So this row right here, we have all mangoes and kumquats. Kumquats rocked in the cold. Mangoes, we lost them. We replaced a lot of them. We have mangoes in this row. We have avocados and Barbados cherries on the main ones in that row over here. In this row, we have the star fruit, which was so hard to replace the star fruit. I don't know if they're like, well, I don't know what's going on right now with the state, but it was very hard to get these. But the star fruit, these went in a month ago, and look, already they're flowering. They're looking beautiful. So this row here with the star fruit, it goes limes. This family, they're raw vegan. So they love citrus. And even though we try to not do citrus in Florida because of the greening and they're just a pain in the ass, we wanted to do the citrus because citrus actually don't thrive in full sun. They thrive more in shade. So we have these bigger trees like the mangoes that hopefully are going to come up and they're going to block out the citrus. So the citrus is thriving, the star fruit's thriving, and the mangoes and avocados, we kind of set both of these up the same, where you have the bigger varieties towards the end and they slope down to the smaller varieties. So we start out really big with like a Valencia, and then we start to get a little bit smaller with the Carrie, and then the Pickering and the Nam Doc Mai. Intercrop through all these, we have bananas, we have papayas, sweet potato, cassava. We're in Sarasota. So this is kind of the system we have. All these avocados. So if you want to know what survived, what didn't, our citrus all did well in the freeze. Mangoes we had to replace. And that's just because they were only in the ground, realistically, for a month. Barbados cherries all survived. Avocados were a 50-50, but we took the avocados out. And we just reset with brand new ones because this homeowner, they're awesome. Like I said, they're raw vegan. They have their whole family. They have a big garden up here as well. We wanted to make sure they're getting production. And Let me tell you something. When we said we wanted production, we meant avocados, and we staggered these out. So every season one is producing. That's the same with the mangoes as well. So different heights and then different succession as far as when they're producing. So they have that production year round. So we have the avocados, we have the bananas, several different varieties of bananas, several different varieties of papaya, which these are from seed. So we got a bunch coming in here. We have pineapples in here. Vetiver grass is like our kind of chop and drop in this system. And I want you guys to take a look. This is a super hot. Look at this avocado. We put this in about a month ago. Look at these Florida truck nuts on this. This guy is ripped. There's at least 30 avocados. Look how healthy and beautiful this is. And as you can see, you're like, it's probably slanting. The wind comes through here and the sun is there. So it's going towards the sun. We have the hedges here, and the hedge are the pineapple, guava, cocoa plum, and which are both edible fruits. Great hedge, pretty bulletproof. And then we have the muley grass in here as well. So this is down in Sarasota. Right here we have a fantastic avocado, and there's a bunch of little baby avocados on here as well. But this is how these systems work. We also, I don't know, do you guys want to see the front of the house? We have a food forest around the front. Let's just go around the front. We'll take a look. But I want to point something out. Anybody else here in Sarasota? You have a small mango tree if you want to replant it. Yeah, definitely. Are these north or south rows? Great question, Gabe. This is north side. We're going to go to the south side. Right now we're going to go over that way. But I want to show you guys something real quick. You are awesome. Well, guys, if anybody wants to have a site consultation and have us come out and take a look at your property, and then we can go to the design process and installation, we're doing right now Genesis 50, capital G, Genesis 50. Go to our website, bringbackeden.co, go under site consultation, $50 off. But I want you guys to take a look. This right here is the lawn. This is a Florida lawn. People spray it with pesticides and fertilizers, and they try to keep this gross, disgusting thing going. Like we have like dog fennel in here, bunch of clover, which I love clover, and most people don't let these actually go. But look how beautiful these flowers are. I grew up in Pennsylvania. We had these all over. Ton of bees in here, pollinators. If you could have your whole yard just like clover like this, awesome. But most yards aren't doing that. So that's why we say grow food, not lawns. Take out this, start putting in something productive. So this is not some type of killer. It's a compost tea, in case you're wondering. I like to have some drama in the comments here. But we serve from Tampa down to Naples and then into Miami as well. So see the homeowners here. Here's their pool. And then we have a food forest that wraps around their house. We take a look at the front. That's the south side. It's basically the same type of setup, just more citrus and guavas in there. And they have a pomegranate that's exploding. But right in here, look at a ton of growth. We have a lot of star fruit in here. This is our star fruit mango area. Basically right in here, we have the sunshine mimosa as the ground cover. So that'll go. This system is about a month and a half old. We put this in. And then we have anchor species. So we have 5 little islands like this. And our anchor trees, we have a black sapote here. Look at all this growth. Again, this is the south side. Come over here. We like these grass natural pathways if we're going to have them. Pomegranate. The figs are going. Rosemary's going. And the goal here for the family is they want privacy, but they also want something tropical and productive so they can come right off their pool and they can eat. What do you guys say here? There's gardens there, just grass. Yeah, it is very bizarre that that's what they do. A lot of citrus. And like I said, we don't necessarily like to do citrus. Homeowner wanted that, so we ripped it in. We have some more exotic stuff like the Miami sapote in here. They have the katuk. We have a couple different figs. The Cuban oregano, that's a great ground cover. Super tasty, beautiful. The anchor here is the jackfruit, and if you could see, and then another anchor right over there is the loquat. You could see this is south side, that is west over there. So that sun is so hot in the afternoon. The wind comes off here hard, super hot. So we want that to get big, block this out. We want the jackfruit get big, block out this. sapote get big, block this out. So it creates afternoon shade here on the pool. It also creates shade for a lot of the citrus and a lot of these support species. And we have beautyberry and we have tropical almond in here. Not tropical almond. Why do I always forget? What is, guys, help me out here. Sweet almond, that's what we got here. We have the cranberry hibiscus. This is a classic Florida. Hibiscus tastes like cranberry. You just eat it, kids love it. They have kids here too, so a lot of the system we want to have, kids can just come in here, they can pick it, they can have fun, they can play. Like, this family's very health conscious. Like I said, they moved here from California. So we want something beautiful, but we also want it to be a little wild too. So we put in like the dune sunflowers, which are gonna go and spread, and that's gonna be an awesome ground cover as well. And you can see it's a little bit of a breeze here right now, but that breeze really comes from the southwest heart, which is why we kind of anchored the things that we did. And for our process, when we do a master design, we take into account all these things. So that way your property is crushing it as far as production and use of what's going on. Real quick, let's wrap this up here. But I'm gonna show you, we have the guava, more ground covers, the Laga gingers. This loquat is beautiful. We got it in just a little late, so it didn't produce this year, but that thing will produce hard next year. This area right here is a lot of natives because this is the drain field, the septic. So a lot of natives in here, a lot of fire bushes, the almonds like Kunti in here, a lot of gingers. One of my favorites is the Society garlic. It looks gorgeous. Also, you just cut this right off and you throw it in the frying pan, cook it up. Any way that you do garlic, it's the same thing. And then this area right here, we have the front of the house. We didn't want to block the view too much, but we wanted two staple trees, and one of them is the long, and they love long in here. And then also that Panama berry, aka, you see the lantern flies are here. I didn't know they were in Florida. This is going to be a strawberry tree / Panama berry / cotton candy. This is fun because the kids come out, they just grab that, they eat it, they grab and go. Lemongrass will repel a lot of mosquitoes. We have that down there. So will the Society garlic. So there's a lot of functions in here. And you might look and say, oh, this looks a little bare. We have a ton of ground cover in here, and we just put a bunch of wildflower seeds, like native wildflower seeds. So those are going to rip as well. And then when you come down here, then you see that we have another set of syntropic rows. So this was a great project. We have this front area in front of the house. We're going to do some more native plants in there as well. But this is what you could have in your home. This is like the investment. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. This is like the investment that we have. Like my wife and I, we got our house just reappraised, and we're just looking at, like a HELOC, and like what does it look like to invest in other things? And our real estate agent, or my wife asked me, like, how much does landscape play into it? And she's like, nah, not really. Like, it's more of the aesthetic value of what that serves to you as the buyer. However, she's like, if you're growing fruit trees, now that is an appreciating asset. Charlie Munger famously said, start putting in fruit trees. Like, because every year you're getting production, you're growing, you're saving on your bills, you can sell them, you can sell the fruit, and it's this like long-term asset that's a hedge against anything. Anything falls apart. If you're growing food, it's like the Amish, they're resilient. COVID happened, and the whole world shut down, and they refused to wear masks and get vaccinated, and places said, well, tough. And they go, okay, we have a big enough of our own economy. We don't need the banks. We don't need the grocery stores. We're doing it all of ourselves. We already have the community. So that's what we're building here at Bring Back Eden. We're heavily focused on faith. So much of this is the sovereignty, but so much of this is like getting back to God's natural system. Bring Back Eden. And what does that look like to have faith in our land, right? To use our land, have faith in God that God's going to provide. And then how do we become stewards? I think so many people in this world, especially young men, don't have purpose. They don't know what purpose is. It's porn, it's video games, it's vape, it's all this like trash. But it's like, what does it mean to really be human? What does it mean to get your hands in the dirt, to grow, to work with other people, and to do these things? So that's what we're doing. Everybody's new, welcome. We're basically looking at a syntropic food forest system that we put in here in Sarasota, and then a wraparound food forest around the front of their house that is full of natives, a couple of exotics, but some really hardy plants that we know that are going to do very well. This system's very anchored in avocados, mangoes, star fruits. Guavas are big here, a lot of citrus here too. And then a lot of like medicinal. Threw in a ton of papaya. Papaya is one of my favorite. And if you're starting a food forest, so for this family, they're raw vegans, so they want food right away. My 3 favorite things, just to get in the ground and they'll start ripping and you can get great production while you're waiting for a lot of the other things, are 1, bananas. You got to have bananas, great biomass. They build up the soil. They produce super fast. The second thing that I would get in right away, because it's just going to be super productive and it serves multiple values, is sugarcane. Sugarcane just rips. Put cuttings in, they go. They're sweetener. They're a great substitute for a lot of the synthetic things that we use. And then the third and my favorite thing to just get in, because it's going to give you production and it serves doubly as a fruit, as a vegetable, and it's also an amazing parasite cleanse with the seeds, is papaya. There's so many different varieties. Papaya is my number 1 favorite thing to get in the ground if you are building out a food forest. Other ones that are great are like katuk, chai is fantastic, cassava, sweet potatoes are an absolute rock star. They're kind of, the sweet potatoes are like in the Hall of Fame. We don't even mention them. It reminds me of my buddy growing up. His dad went to University of Virginia, and every year, like, he'd be like, did you see the Playboy list? And we're like, no, we didn't. And he's like, they didn't even put Virginia in there. And we're like, okay. And he's like, because it's already in the Hall of Fame. I'm like, all right. So every time I think of sweet potatoes, I don't think of Playboy, but I think of that, which is funny. But anyway, this whole system is just built on resilience. It's built on natives. It's built on production, and it's built on beauty. And that's the big thing, the functionality and the beauty. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Again, my name is Matthew Native. I'm the founder of Bring Back Eden. Please follow. Please share. Drop me any comments in. Let us know what you think. If you want to get a system like this in your home, if you're in Florida, from Tampa to Naples, over to Miami, whether you're a hotel, a restaurant, a community, a church, if you're trying to get this into your local county governments, we're talking to some local county governments, or if you want this in your own home, if you want Eden here, thank you. Yeah, this is out in Mayaca. So old Mayaca's over here. Mayaca's here is about 4 acres. We did about approximately like a 1/4 acre to a 1/2 acre-ish worth of food forest, and it's probably going to keep expanding from here. And you can also do phases. So this was a 3-phase system so far. But grow food. God is good. I appreciate all of you. Just count your blessings. It's easy to see your blessings when you're growing food and you come outside every day and you can see things growing. You can see the production. You can taste the production. You see the butterflies, see the birds, the bees, everything going on. And for me, most importantly, as a husband and a father, I can see my little boy running around here with that diaper off, just running through and just grabbing stuff and eating it, lose his mind over mulberries. So thank you. What do you say? Grounding, hands in the dirt. Yep. Always barefoot, hands in the dirt, the way that God made it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Much love. Let's bring back Eden. Now, how do you end these? Yeah, Mayaca is great. Oh, dang, I could just stay on here, but I gotta go, guys.